All right, before we move on to the rest of these super chats, I want to revisit the trade deadline. You and I and a lot of content creators had like a big argument at the trade deadline. Should they make a move? And you were on team no. I was on team yes. Given how this season has played out, do you still feel the same way? Because they have the worst pass rush in the league.
Yes, the worst. I feel exactly the same way. I love it. The thing that's awesome about this 12-4 season that we're having right now is that no matter what happens at the end of this season, guess what we have? We have an off season. We have real picks. We got a full draft in front of us. All right. We've actually stand pat. We don't have any other big bloviated contracts that just got put on here by getting a Hendrickson or picking up another retread guy. And we can actually go get a pass rusher in the draft, or dare I say, look at the real free agency once the season is over, and then we can forecast exactly what these guys are worth so we don't get hosed. If you buy a guy mid-season, you're going to have to overpay for him anyway. I like where we are right now. The fact that we didn't mortgage our future and go get pieces at the trade deadline, and we're still 12-4 with our own destiny, on top of the fact that once all of this is over, we don't have anything that we did during the season. Our money is still there, our picks are still there, and we still have a free agency where we can go get guys for the incoming year. I love it. I think I kind of think I'm right.
Fair. I mean, we'll see how the season ends up. To me, it just feels like, in hindsight, this was the year to go for it. And I think they thought that this was going to be some transition year and that next year would be the year to go for it. But, I mean, they had a good record at the trade deadline. Their starters were coming back. And it's not that, like, obviously when Bosa goes down, you're not going to have a dominant pass rush. But you have the worst pass rush in the league. And I was looking it up. You don't necessarily – like, teams have won Super Bowls without great pass rushes. In 2006, the Colts won a Super Bowl with a defense that had 25 sacks in the regular season. That's not good. And they had Peyton Manning, and they won with offense. The Niners have 18 sacks, dude. If they just had a pass rush that sucked but wasn't abysmal, I'd feel better about them. And I think they could have traded a fifth for Draymond Jones, who's playing pretty well for the Ravens. They could have, a fifth. And they held pat at they stood pat at Keon White, who was a solid addition. I think it's too bad to me that they couldn't just do one more mid addition. It didn't have to be Quinn Williams, but if they had
a mid addition though, Grant,
team or Draymond Jones, you figure like, all right, man, it's a serviceable pass rush, and with this offense and Tatum Bethune running the run defense, they might be the most complete team in the league, because that's really their one weakness is the pass rush.
I think they did. A lot of additions right there. I think we're forgetting about, Keon White, in the vacuum of what did they do at the trade deadline. But they also brought on Cleveland Farrell and Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff was the first domino to drop that came in from the edge. So I think that they did bring in guys. And what were we talking about as soon as he got inserted into the lineup is the emergence of Cleveland Farrell. So, we got McDonald's at home. It ain't going to look good all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to go home and
had a sack since Cleveland. Huff hasn't had a sack since the Falcons game. And I don't think that any of them are necessarily underperforming. I mean, it's Cleveland Farrell. It's Bryce Huff. Like, Bryce Huff most of the time has 3 or 4 sacks in the season. He's got 4 right now. That's kind of what he does. Okay. Yeah. Again, if they had Nick Bosa, this would be a great pass rush. I mean, everyone would be in their spot as a complimentary rusher. And I know you couldn't go get Trey Hendrickson at the deadline. But
would it though,
times to go for it, and there are times not to go for it. And I feel like the way this season has played out, this 5-game winning streak is a 6-game winning streak. This would have been a hell of a year to go for it. And if they lose, because if they lose in the playoffs because someone like Sam Darnold carves them up because he was just standing there, I don't know. It feel like a missed opportunity to me.
Yeah,
like this team absolutely could win a Super Bowl this year. Even with this shitty pass rush, even with this awful fucking pass rush, this team could win the Super Bowl. And that's kind of incredible to me. That's how mid this league is.
Dude, don't get me started. I'm so focused on being a Niners fan, but if you really want me to piss in your cornflakes, we ain't really seeing much. The whole league is down. I mean, it's bad.
Right after the trade deadline, they played the Rams. They got smoked, and the narrative was, "See, this is why it wasn't worth it because the Rams are just far and away better." Man, that was like 3 years ago. The league has changed. They kind of suck now.
They
kind of suck now.
Yeah, even like the names are all not doing well. Like all of the names of like the quarterbacks, they're all down. Pat's out. Lamar is Lamar. We already saw what Josh Allen did. He's having barn burners with the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
The
Trying to
team
get
that's
things
peaking
done.
in the NFC is the Niners.
The Niners. We're
What team is
peaking.
better in the NFC than the Niners right now? Maybe the Seahawks. I guess we'll see
Maybe
on
the
Saturday.
Seahawks.
Maybe.
That's it. I clicked before last night. I would have easily said the Rams and the Seahawks, but
Yep.
not with the Rams playing like this.
No.
I don't. And then we bumped off Chicago. I'm not a believer in Green Bay or any of those guys. You know, the NFC South is a train wreck. You know, it's really not a lot of
Chicago
teams.
looks like a team that's going to be really dangerous next year.
Next, there you go. Yeah. So this is the year for, and as far as pedigree is concerned, it's pretty much us and the Eagles.
Yeah. Eagles would be an interesting matchup just because their defense is super legit and the Niners aren't going to score 40 on them. I don't think.
I just want Jalen Hurts to get exposed. I think Jalen Hurts is so mid.
But you know who wouldn't expose them? The Niners. Because the pass rush doesn't exist and he'd just be standing there for 8 seconds.
Standing there baking cakes.
He'd be in the Jimmy
I don't know. It's a mid-year, Grant. This year feels like This year feels like 2023 when we went to the Super Bowl, and that was a mid-year. The Chiefs weren't even that good that year.